The fun stuff for October the 9th, 2023 is kicking off right now. We always get in the fun stuff with birthdays. This is no exception. Now, if you're watching the video, you're wondering what's this up with this woman in the sweater in the wintertime. We, of course, will get to that. But first, let's do our birthdays for this day. Happy birthday wishes going out on October the 9th to Tony Shalhoub, who's 70 years old on the day, starring in Monk and the marvelous Ms. Maisel. Tony Shalhoub is a very versatile actor. Let's say that, doing a lot of work over a lot of time, and his long career, he's been doing this for quite some time, has seen him do lots of great things, and so many things that you look at and say, is he that guy? Men in Black, he's that guy. Tony Shalhoub turning 70 years old on the day. Scott Bakula turning close, 69 on the day, and getting some love, at least in verbal action, in the latest edition of Only Murders in the Building, as being the sort of the recurring running joke of a rival to Steve Martin's character for love interest with Scott Bakula, keep coming back in over and over again. His name is mentioned. Not sure if he's doing anything big movie-wise these days, but of course, famous for Quantum Leap, the original Quantum Leap, and doing many other shows, and playing a Star Trek captain for a show called Enterprise. You may remember that one as well. 69 years old on the day. Tyler James Williams. Everyone hated Chris, but they love him in Abbott Elementary. 31 years old on the day. One thing that I actually sobbed for was the show. It's not Whiskey Tango, but the show that got canceled before he took on the Abbott Elementary. It was a spy show where he was a young computer geek who was joining the spy team and was always just kind of, mucking stuff up until he got better. It was a fun show, and I thought he was doing great in that one, doing something still comedy, still funny, but being a bit more serious, more action level. I was sad that was canceled. In fact, I think that they basically shot him, so essentially he might as well be dead. But doing great stuff for Abbott Elementary with the will they, won't they, and they did, sort of, and now they aren't. If you're not watching that show, check it out when the writers go back to work on that one fairly soon. Tyler James Williams, 31 years old on the day. Our history lesson for this day, on the 9th of October, going back in 1888, the Washington Monument opened up to the general public. Now, the Washington Monument, the big old obelisk, has been around for, yes, that long. Who knew? Well, people in 1888 knew, because that's when it was launched out there. So if you've been going to the Washington Mall for quite some time, you may not have known just how long the Washington Monument has been out there. There you go. And the longest monuments on the Washington Mall to give one, praise to George Washington, to just give some life to the actual Washington D.C. area. You'll see it out there in its glory anytime you want to, but out there since 1888. In 1946, the first electric blanket was sold in Petersburg, Virginia, and it sold for $39.50. As a person who bought an electric blanket for my daughter JJ last weekend because it's getting chilly, that's basically what I paid for the same blanket. So I guess the cost of inflation over time, maybe it was a lesser blanket. I don't know, but yeah, it cost about the same amount for the blanket I bought her, 2 weeks ago. And in 2009, President Barack Obama was awarded a Nobel Peace Prize. This year, they were waiting for the prize to go to maybe Vladimir Zelensky, maybe to Navalny, who is a prisoner in the Russian prison. Of course, it went to an Iranian woman who's in prison protesting women's rights. Those things can be surprises. Barack Obama, more or less a toss-up, is like, yeah, he's the black guy who's the first president. Let's give it to him. Which is pretty much how he earned it. Didn't really do much to earn it. But, once you get it, you really can't take it away. It's not like a Heisman, I guess. Today, on this October 9th, we are going to celebrate Submarine-Hoagie-Hero-Grinder Day. Submarine-Hero-Hoagie-Grinder Day. Because it's a sandwich with so many names, so many ways to say it based on your colloquialism, based on where you live, based on how you want to call it, based on just how generic you are. The sub sandwich, the hoagie, the hero, and the grinder on this day. Why? We don't know. Some sandwich shop basically made it up, and we can't really pinpoint to which sandwich shop made it up, but basically a creation of some deli someplace to celebrate, I don't know, needing to get extra meats before it got bad. I don't know, but October 9th has been delegated as Submarine-Hoagie-Hero-Grinder Day, and it has been for a bit of time. So today is a good day to go out there and grab that sandwich. Whether you are a chain guy or you have a local place to go check it out. unknown origins, as we said, don't really have a time for it. But hey, you really can't go wrong with getting a sub, a hoagie, a hero, a grinder, a big old sandwich with meats and lettuce and tomatoes and some cheese, a little bit of wet stuff. Sometimes you get oil, sometimes some mayonnaise. I like spicy mustard. Many people disagree, but it is what it is. We're going to see if we can find our ways to get ourselves one of them sandwiches for lunch today. A long day today for myself, so we're going to see how this works out today. And finally, one more thing you might not have heard. A study out of the University of Wroclaw found that men seem to find women more attractive in fall and winter than the months of maximum exposure. The research theorizes that the scarcity of flesh may make what they do get to see much more exciting. Now, I know from speaking to women that women find men more attractive, or at least find a way to find a man during the wintertime because it gets cold and they want to rub their cold feet on people because that's what they do. And because they love themselves, they don't want to rub them on their best friends. They want to find a man to put them on to torture them. In the meantime, this study says that women in the wintertime, now they're covered up, have more of an air of mystery. So there's less to see, and men are really attracted to that, as opposed to the summertime when they're, basically bikinis and crop tops and stuff like that. Your mileage may vary.